Hello everybody and welcome back to OPTV Live. You're watching Mech Mania Monday's 1v1 Fantastic Four tournament. I am Steve and this is our third place match. That's right, these two competitors right here have made it all the way through this tournament. They are now at the third place match position right here. We are playing on Nestorn. We have up in the upper top corner in the carbon collar Giott. He's flying around on that gothic angel skin. I think that looks really nice right there. Well done on that one. His opponent is... You got to be kidding me. Haha! Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Seemed like the game slightly bugged there for a second where I was actually trying to scroll it down and it was moving up. Anyways, his opponent is the Big Boss. Big Boss in the lower right-hand corner flying around on his beta bomber in the red color, coming in, harassing those moneymakers. Already taking one of them out on Giott, doing some damage to that second one before he's got to get out of there. Nestorn is a pretty straightforward map, great for 1v1, as it does have one primary lane, but you can leapfrog units over the cliffs, and it is small enough so that way you can respond on it. Pretty much as we're looking at some of this harass that's going on, if you take a look in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you can see the main base comes out. At that point, you have the main primary path that goes along here, branches off here, comes down across here. This is when it gets very interesting, is at that point right there, because if you're there, you can technically fly leapfrog your units right over to this side here and then give them a direct run at the base rather than having to go through all this middle area. Giott trying to do mass amounts of harass, not really being overly as successful as I'm sure he was hoping for. Decides to just kind of move on to a different place. Just unfortunately those angel guns just don't have quite the damaging ability that you may want to hope for as compared to say a bomber and that melee swipe ability. Bomber is much better for harassing moneymakers than angel is, especially before you have sniping ability. Taking a look here, Giott now does have his sniping ability online, so he is ready to do that. Big Boss yet to invest any money into his actual mech, focusing everything strictly on his units at this time. Giott comes in, and there we go. We see that incredible mech, that long reach that it has with that sniper gun, and the ability to just do mass amounts of damage while completely staying really out of the damage range of all those units that are protecting it. Deploying out some artillery. Great to see more and more artillery coming out on the field. So again, and for those of you that are watching, whether you're watching right now live on our Twitch OPTV Live network or you're watching currently on our YouTube channel, support and cheer on your players. Do you want Giott to win? Do you want Big Boss to win? Support your players. Call out their names. Show your love for them. Put their names in the comments section. Put their names in the chat if you're watching live right now. Whatever the case might be, give them your love, give them your support, because ladies and gentlemen, they are here playing for you. They're playing for your fun, your enjoyment, and Big Boss does go down to that Gemini, giving Giott some free time that he needs to try to make some more moves onto this outpost. Giott gets in there, gets some of the energy back, brings in the tanks, having to deal with those rollers though. Those rollers they're damage sponges. Giott gets back to that power station in time. The power station actually did run out. Where Big Boss would have been able to keep shooting, he might have actually been able to take him out if he could have avoided the range of the anti-mech attacks that are deployed. But instead realizes that it's more important for him to get back to this outpost and see if he can secure it, heal up some units, and just get that foothold on it. And right now we do have it. Big Boss has this middle outpost. He's got a foothold on it. Giott, though, might be in a better shape overall. He lost a lot less units and may actually be able to do some counter pushing on there. And look at that sniper rifle. Only 2 shots to completely take out a moneymaker. That really does go to show. Oh, Giott down abilities. Going up, going down, avoiding so much. He avoids the air shots. He avoids the bomb drops on the ground. That, guys, is a little bit of what pro style play is. For those of you that are watching that are maybe a little bit newer, not quite too sure how to survive when someone's chasing you down in a bomber, Giott just showed you exactly how to do it. You go up, you go down. You avoid the bombs, you avoid the shots in the air. You can survive, you can get out of there with your life. And that's why it's always really good. Oh, and there we go, Big Boss bringing in a roller. That roller is just eating that artillery up. Can Giott take it out in time before? Oh, wait, Big Boss. He saves the roller, but he is not able to save his own life. Calls out a big derp in the process. Uses some buyback money to get back into the game because he knows he needs to be back in there before it's too late. And Giott not realizing that Big Boss used the buyback. Thinks he has all the time that he needs to actually use that sniper attack. And Big Boss comes and Giott waits too long to get out of there, thinking he can get back to his outpost without any issues and heal up. And Big Boss is there to just mop it up and claim the kill, get the experience for it, and get a few seconds of himself to do his own thing. Now what is that thing he decides to do while Giott is so distracted with this middle artillery battle? He's like, hey, let me move in on this top factory. Let me neutralize it. Let me take away that 20% build bonus. Even if I don't have my infantry there yet, at least neutralize it. Take it out of the control. Kill the unit cap capabilities. Get my infantry there before Giott does. Whose infantry can get in first? It is Giott's infantry that can get in first. Giott needs to stay there to respond. Big Boss gets out of there with his life. But great little time for a distraction. Both these guys completely at unit cap. 59 units on the Big Boss, 49 on Giott. Right now it's up to who really wants to make a move. Let's take a look here. How are they spending on their mechs? Giott is now up to level 2 sniper. Big Boss level 1 bombs. That's all the upgrades. Giott has 55,000 credits in the bank. Big Boss is only sitting at 5,000. Each one is just thinking, the only thing that they can do is either save the money or spend it on their abilities because they're both so at unit caps. Big Boss wants this factory. He desperately needs it. He has no more abilities to build more units. He's basically at unit cap once again. He wants to disrupt Giott's ability to build units, have those money makers online, and keep distracting him from taking him away from there. But at the same time, Giott does push out from his outpost, comes through, neutralizes his outpost. His tanks are going to make it, they're going to get through, but without mech support, the bomber is able to destroy grouped up trains of death like this. They just don't survive to those bomber swipes at all. Giott right now taking advantage of those tanks that are out there. Is he just planning on sacrificing all of these tanks to the bomber just so that way he can take out mid? He very well may be. Big Boss knows that he still has to respond because if he doesn't, those tanks could have led him to some trouble. But at the same time, it gave Giott a massive amount of time for bombing abilities. But just unfortunately, with the ratchets that are there, even with all those bombs, Giott was just not able to destroy enough significant, do enough significant damage to actually have some space to move in. Finally, we see some things blow up with those bombs. Big Boss trying to micro some stuff, trying to heal some stuff, but the limited heal ability of that outpost is makes it very, very hard nowadays for people to do successful micros. Big Boss, knowing that he needs to do something, he's got tanks of his own coming in to help resupply. Those tanks that he used to stop that push. Oh, there we go. This is what I was talking about, folks. This is leapfrogging right there. Big Boss brings those units in, brings them right up to the ledge, Whoop stops them, and now just hops them right over, completely bypassing all of mid. But you gotta make sure you actually drop that tank when you're flying it over. But there you go, guys. For those of you that are watching that are maybe newer, aren't quite familiar about leapfrogging, think you have to go through the entire map, and are saying, geez, what else can I do on this map? There's only one path and that's it. No, there's not. You gotta make your own path. And that's what Big Boss just did there. It didn't quite go the way that he planned, but he did actually do that. And that, folks, is what it can be of making it work the way that you want it. He's now got more tanks there. Unfortunately, Giott did not realize that there was a whole second wave of tanks down there. 2 Geminis. He's got those creeps going in, just not enough creeps yet to take it over. Giott needs to take this outpost back right now before it winds up that Big Boss and get more troops in there. Ah, and there he is with the pumpkin bombs, takes out those creeps right when he needs to, turns it neutral, needs to help support his own creeps, get in there. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, get in there, light up that outpost. He gets it in there, but the bomber's right back. 2 Geminis, 4 creeps, and a bomber itself just, oh, as you can see, it melts an outpost so quickly. So, again, for you newer players that are saying, I don't know how to melt an outpost. Whatever I seem to do, I can never neutralize it. Big Boss just showed you between 2 tanks, 4 creeps, and 1 mech, how you can melt an outpost in literally in seconds. And here we go, once again, Big Boss not giving up on it. He wants his factory, he wants it bad, and he finally gets it. And he has all those Geminis in queue, deploys them all out, and suddenly this is just, oh, this is a whole nother reminder of Giott of just what happened to him the last game. His opponent cheeses, he gets a close outpost to the main base, deploys all this defense, and pushes Giott's back right up against the wall. But Giott using those bombs to the best of the ability that he can, and actually bombs not the tanks themselves, but the outpost, neutralizing it out, giving himself a few valuable seconds where Big Boss wasn't able to deploy more units. Just it turned out that Big Boss had that tank of his own at the base, and Giott just had to respond to it, not to take that much base damage, and in the process, could not do what he wanted to do at this outpost itself. And Giott now is pretty much backed into a corner. He has this 1 outpost here, and that's all that he has now. Big Boss has the rest of the map, and probably feeling a little bit confident right now. So, for those of you that are watching right now, those of you, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch, do you think that Giott's going to be able to find a way to come back from this? Or just does Big Boss at this point now have just too much map control and it just can be a little bit too much to handle? And oh, there we go. I believe it was RUI that once said, if you're building generators, then you're not being aggressive enough. And there we go. Generators are out on the field because Big Boss is at 84-84 with almost every outpost under his control. And unfortunately, Big Boss saw that push coming in, gets that defense up, and unfortunately, as you can see, not one of Giott's tanks are making it through. They all get destroyed in the process. And we've got a counter push going on here, right at the top. Main base push here. Giott lands down, knows he's got to get that Seeker out of the way first, or else there's nothing else he's going to be able to do, because that Seeker will keep forcing him to get out of there. No base defense at all. Coming in with the bombs, dropping them down, but this is just, I think it's going to be too much. I'll be very, very impressed if Giott can actually survive this and come back from it. He's using that mech sniping ability to the best that he can, but it's just so much. Tanks that are in everywhere, and there's just not any real ways that he can try to mitigate this damage. He's using everything he can, even his moneymakers, just to stop the damage. And he is. If you... Wait, but there's 1 more Gemini, 2 more Geminis coming in. It looked like for a moment that Giott was actually going to be able to survive this, but Big Boss is not done putting the pressure on. And Giott is building up a wall, trying to stop the damage any way he can. He does survive, but he's got like 3% health left. Big Boss now just needs to get a couple tanks in there, needs to get a little bit of shot. He brings in, he has another wave coming in. This is probably going to be the end right here. I don't think Giott's going to be able to survive another big tank push like this. 2%, 1%, there we go. GG. There is your 3rd place winner, the Big Boss. Well played by both of these guys. It was really a tense battle there for a while. But in the end, the Big Boss does come out on top. Looking at the scoreboard here, both of them did get 1 kill on each other. It was a great overall battle. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was our 3rd place match of tonight's Mech Mania Mondays 1v1 Fantastic Four tournament. Hosted by Steve. Brought to you by OPTV Live. Stay tuned to Game 1 of our finals, which will be a best of 3.